All right, all right, all right. We are in the studio once again. You have tuned in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational gospel and music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sister B. Mello, in the absence of my co-host, my nephew, Brandon Rosinity. We just want to keep him in our prayers. But the Eyes of the Conscious Soul on the first Saturday of the month, the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge is where you will hear 15 to 45 minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. The first part of the corner could be the artist talk. This is where we showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative process and their lived experience. The next part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of today's brilliant mind, along with geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. Or you have She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where we hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. As we always continue to highlight golden lights affirmations to impart healing medicine from the soul of the brilliant minds on today. The second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour. We come to you live every second Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Mr. George Pearson. He is a PA assistant, and this is where we believe in building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we have Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, which is community-based, educational-based, advocacy-based, and resource-based organization that uses public media, resources, radio, newspapers, and community-based community health fairs to provide health information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month, you have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show with my co-host, the Doc, the Prince of Hearts, and the Voice. We have real talk conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the Bay Area to across the globe and in the community. Every fifth Saturday of the month is Community Voices That Care. Voices That Care. And this is where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. That was a mouthful. Thank y'all for allowing me to, do my thing over here. Over here, I am excited on today. And every time I do these broadcasts, I am so excited because I get the opportunity, the esteemed opportunity to bring individuals from the community that's doing the work. Y'all ain't just talking. Y'all doing the work. You're doing the work. That's right. And it's a blessing to be able to have you in my network and I'm in your network because that's what it's all about. And me, that's how I think. And that's how I was brought up. Relationships is the key. We can't do anything on our own. Society make you think that. But however, the youth that I work with and young adults, I tell them, to me, it's about collaboration, not competition. I get it, but that's not me. I wasn't chosen for to do that. So, but to have you guys here on today, and today's theme is We Are on Fire, trailblazers who won't stop moving.
Yes.
Okay. And y'all are doing just that. So before we start, I'm always telling folks now, look, you don't get on the radio and don't say kudos and you didn't say something to the family. Like, wait a minute, hold it. How you on some network and ain't saying nothing about me? So whoever wants to go, we'll start from this end first. And then we'll just have you say your name, your AKA, and then say, give kudos to the family and people that's holding you down.
Okay, that's that. Greetings. My name is
Greetings.
Bree Williams, aka Breeze Will.
You good? Okay. They can hear you. That's just me.
Yeah, and so you said my name, aka where I'm.
Yes. And giving kudos to the family.
Kudos to my family. Shout out my baby girl Zion, my parents, my grandparents, and my ancestors. Everybody who showed us our stand on.
Come on now.
Who is with me represented, the people who are seen and unseen.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Bless. Thank you so much, Barbara, for having me here. My name is Sochi Larios, born and raised in South Hayward, aka Young Saucy.
Young Saucy.
I just want to give a lot of kudos to my mom.
Give it.
That's born and raised in El Salvador. She came out here from the war out there.
Yeah.
And also kudos to my pops. He's from Mexico. Right now he's living in Oregon, but I'm just sending him so much prayers and blessings his way. And my little sister Sophia, because every day she reminds me to keep pushing because she's looking up at me.
We love you, Sophia. Thank you for doing that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. No, Ken, but that's the AKA. Well, we're going to give you the name first. Look, he put a hat to it. That's what we're talking about. That's what we do.
Yeah, so my name is Arturia Johnson. They call me Champ Green. I'm a part of a collective called MacArthur Mays. And we really believe on what you stand on, you know, just unity and community. And community is currency. So,
say that again.
Community is currency. You know, so I want to shout out to my family, my mom, my brothers. And,
what's their names now? Give them their names.
Mom, my brother Ridge, brother Jer, my brother Gator, my brother E. So, and then regulars only, you know, just a lot of strong support, you know, that's here. Right. You know, so I'm just appreciative and, you know, grateful and thankful, you know what I mean?
There you go. That, and y'all, you said it best. And that's the beauty about community and family, because we are family. Right. And I'm grateful. You know, I can't thank you enough. And I'll say that. Because you brought Champ. Yes. That's now look, we got extended family going on.
Right.
So this is what that's how we do.
Right.
So that's the beauty. So I know again, we are on fire, trailblazers who won't stop. So I would like for you, for the first part of the conversation, is to tell us what organization that you're with and what you're actually doing in the community. And then I will get, you know, we just gonna vibe out and let the ancestors do their thing.
Alrighty. So my day job is with Peers.
Okay.
And there I'm a program manager. And we focus on mental health and wellness workshops, training, education.
Yeah.
We do a lot of community organizing, community events. Actually, we have one coming up next Friday at Preservation Park. So if y'all are free next Friday between 12 and 4, come to Preservation Park, Now Hall. We'll have free food. We'll have a topic similar to this, talking about mental health and wellness, talking about the power of prayer.
Yes.
And using prayer as a tool to heal community and build community. We'll have some offerings, so come get you a massage. We'll have some theta healing. We'll have some art. We'll have just a ton of offerings for people that are, everything will be free.
That's right.
And so that's by day. And so outside of my day job, I'm a holistic health coach, and my org is called Bridges Over Barriers. And we focus on holistic health information, education, and transformation for Black women and girls. And we have an event coming up. Not even an event, but we're just getting together in Lake Merritt on the 18th. Y'all come out to that as well. Come see me Friday and next Saturday. All
they got a full weekend. Look, if you ain't got nothing to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So just like what you said, coming together, build community. Yeah. I believe that we heal in community.
Come on now.
That's my biggest passion. It's putting my people together. letting them know that it's a lot going on in the community that's available to them.
That's right.
So it's not that we don't have or something's not happening. We just got to find it.
That's right.
Seeking you shall find.
Hey.
But that's a part of my mission as well, is finding it so you don't have to seek so hard.
Okay, now say that again now.
Yeah, so I consider myself to be a community healer and builder. And so a lot of the work that I do is just bringing the work to the people.
That's
people
right.
Where they're at. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't have it. Sometimes we just don't have the energy to be looking, trying to figure out where's the best this, where's the best that. So I have a resource guide for community. Just so if you're looking for any mental health, wellness, holistic health, even financial wellness support, I got it all. I'm the plug.
You the plug.
I'm the plug.
I love that.
This is
Can
the
I say
plug.
something about the peers?
Of course.
It's the peers transitional age youth. The peers.
We have a same program.
Yeah. So I actually collaborated with peers 2 years ago. I had like a crew of folk come in into JJC to kind of teach my young people.
Yes.
In Alameda County's Juvenile Justice Center for young people that are actually serving longer sentences.
Yes.
And peers was actually very beneficial to the young people because I was able to work with a facilitator to accommodate the young people that I was serving versus like, hey, I'm just going to go in there and teach them something.
Right,
so they
right.
were actually really intentional about the young people that they were serving, like their demographic.
Kudos
they've
to
been
peers.
incarcerated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was really intentional. And peers was also able to create like a pamphlet for the young people to take home or to have in their cells, rooms, in case they're having some form of like mental health, experience.
That's right.
So I want to shout out to peers.
Okay. Well, look at that. You see,
Small
look, all
community.
in alignment.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I'm Sochi, born and raised in South Hayward. The system, my longest lockup was actually in 2017. I spent more than 200 plus days in Alameda County's Juvenile Justice Center. And honestly, when I got out, I was actually pushed out of my community. The judge said I was a menace to society and I couldn't go back to Hayward.
Right.
So I automatically fell into I crossed over to another system, which is a foster care system. And under Assembly Bill 12, I was able to gain housing in Contra Costa County. But because it was so far out, my purpose was to come back. All my prayers and my ancestors were like, you need to make your way back to the community and you cannot let the system push you out and not let you come back.
That's right.
And I wanted
like
to
it's
prove,
designed to do.
which is designed to do that. And I wanted to prove the system that the charges that were black and white, that's not who I am. That's not what my ancestors' lineage were about. It was about fighting and coming back and showing the system and the young people
That it can be done.
That it could be done.
That it can be done.
And you can transform your life and not change who you are. Just kind of increase that value in yourself a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to change for nobody. You were born in the way perfectly fine. Unfortunately, because black and brown people are already like by the system, by design, at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder, it was my duty to come back into the hall and teach and lead by example and tell the young people, be part of these policy spaces because we're not supposed to be in these spaces. And every time you feel like, that you don't belong, that's a sign that you do belong.
That's right.
So
now the organization you work with,
and the organization that I work with is Courage. And
Courage.
Yeah, Communities United for Restorative Justice.
Yep.
I've been with them for 8 years. Ever since I've been home, ever since I came home, the main organization that supported me throughout that whole journey of coming back, being in policy spaces, and just helping me in my leadership. And seeing me as a leader of my community versus a menace of society.
Right.
Just shifting the narrative has been Courage.
Shout out to Courage.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's my organization.
Dope. Okay, so my name is Champ. I got a few organizations. I'm a facilitator at Peers as well.
Okay.
Dope.
Breeze put me. I said Breeze.
That's all right. It's Breeze. It's Breeze.
She right here.
Right. Yay.
A little long minute ago, she just seen something good in me.
That's right.
Planted the seed. Said, I'd be good at, shucking the jive in this way.
Yeah.
So, that seed is blossomed, and I'm a facilitator. at Pierce, and then also I'm a reentry wellness coach at the Copeland Center.
Oh my God. Okay. See,
And so
all in alignment. Do
Right.
your thing, Lord.
So also with this shameless plug, October 10th, we got the day of prayer
Mhm.
at the Preservation
Preservation Park.
Park. Yeah, so free resources, everything free.
Yeah.
Come get some therapy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pulling up.
Okay.
please do.
I'm gonna have my young people pull up
please
too.
do.
There we go.
So we really believe in unity and
Mhm.
community, and just knowing and trusting the process to
That's
settle,
Yes.
trusting the process to settle for best, and realizing that the harvest don't come at the same time as you plant the seed.
Come on now.
You can still be patient, but move with a sense of urgency.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We just trying to flourish and not be malnourished.
Right.
That's right. Now you
Right. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So I'm over here burned up because it said on fire, right? We on fire up here.
Exactly.
So it was, to me, what I believe, and this is how, because I done did some stuff himself, is that to me, God takes you through it because it's for somebody else.
Right.
And society would say, oh no, you're a menace. But God says, no, you're the perfect candidate for what I want
Right.
to have done
Right.
in community,
Right.
because you can stand there and you ain't reading from the book.
Right.
You didn't live the experience.
Exactly.
Right.
No one can tell me. And a whole lot of folks is doing ministers inside. We already see it already
Right.
in politics anyway.
Right.
So we ain't gonna go there because I can't go politics on this show,
Right.
on another one. But however, to me, that's what I believe, is that because you experience, I can be in a room with someone. I've been cleaning soap and smoking crack for 37 years. Okay, and I did it cold turkey. I told God, if you real, show me you real. He's been showing me ever since, and I was there. But the piece that was with me is that I had both sides. I knew the business,
Right.
and I had streets.
Right.
So I was able,
Yeah.
family had the street. My mother's nephew learned that from him. Learned business from my parents. However, being in the midst of individuals that have businesses, and it was there. When you are in the company
Right.
of people that's off work and
Right.
and they got they got their businesses, and
Right.
and they do their thing.
Right.
So that's how I got introduced to that. But to God be the glory. I did it for 2 years, but praise the Lord, I thank you, God,
Right.
that I believe, and I tell people all the time, is that what can happen with me is that I can sit in a crowd of people, somebody that's there that I can speak to their spirit,
Right.
because I know. And then our spirits, just as well as like you incarcerate people,
Yeah.
I can't talk to them on that level.
Right.
I only because I've been in jail too. I've been in there a couple times, but didn't stay long. But however,
Right.
in a way that's transformative,
Yeah.
and that really I can get down with that.
Right.
And with other things that I've experienced and I've
Right.
been through. And the same thing with us is that I don't believe, and can't nobody convince me that whatever, and that's what I'm saying to the young folks, you made that mistake, but just like you, there is a way we can come out and we can make it happen for our ancestors, for our community, for our families, for the friends, and just be in alignment and do our piece.
Exactly.
God had us there for me for a reason,
Right.
but he didn't say stay there. He said, get in, now learn your lesson. Now I need you to go to work.
Right.
I need you to work for me. I need you to
Right.
encourage these people. I need to let them know that there's a way out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we doing. We on fire up in here.
Right.
Our
That's right.
lives has been on fire, and we've
Yeah.
been doing
Right.
the
Yes.
doggone thing. I ain't gonna
Yes,
curse,
indeed.
but we've
Yes,
been doing
indeed.
it. And that's
Yes,
what
indeed.
my hat goes off to you guys, because if we don't, who's going to?
Right.
And I was just having a conversation was it this week? And I was talking with my kids, because I'm a teacher's assistant, a teacher's on special assignment at the Homies Empowerment Freedom School.
Okay.
So that's what I do in the actual classes. I bring the schoolwork, what their kids are learning into class, to everyday life.
Okay.
So I'm able to make those connections for
Right.
them on another level.
And that's
that-
big.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
needed. They
big.
need
Yeah,
that.
because now it's able for the student to digest it more properly. you know, because it's a hard. Sometimes that's the problem.
Yes.
I can't digest what they serving me.
Yes.
You know.
Come on, champ. Come on. I can't digest what they serving me.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to have that unique twist, because it's it's our 2.0 now. But I've been doing it since last year. But to be able to have that, and we do those one-on-ones, you know, we have, to me, I tell folks, it's what school should be about anyway. It's not no 40. We already know it. The ratio is supposed to be 12, 1 to 12.
Right.
Not supposed to be no 1 to 40. How we gonna serve everybody if we're not? There ain't no way. You getting ready to say something? Go ahead.
No, you were saying the 40 to 1, the ratio.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids in the room, and it's not effective teaching.
No. Say that again, please. It's not effective teaching.
Yeah,
Right.
one teacher to 40 kids. Come on now.
It's not gonna work, and that's even hard, even if you're running a business.
Right.
That's why you have leadership teams and roles, and everybody do their part.
Right.
You know, so it's the same thing. But that's the beauty of what I do. And I bring ancestors in, I bring my spirituality, and I'm able to do all of that because that's whole. That's the whole person.
Right.
And that's what y'all are doing. Y'all talking about whole person.
Right.
Now we ain't talking about just because for some reason I don't understand. They would say mind and body versus mind, body, soul, and spirit.
Right.
How you gonna not?
You can't
They all-
you can't neglect the spirit, you know, and just only deal with this.
No.
That's just like one's in 8 dimensions of wellness.
Come on now.
You know,
Let's
how
go.
can I avoid, you know, this and fill this up? I mean, and I think all together is what represents balance.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
life is about, and that's why, you know, we're constantly on the highway of life to sharpen our sight.
Come on.
Balance.
Always on highway to life is sharpen our. Oh, yes. Let's go. I didn't mean to stop you.
No.
I get excited. Y'all.
that's cool.
I told my kids, I said, I can be professional when it's that time. And I know how to let my hair down
That's right.
and be me.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
So, and they be like, Miss, how are you crazy? Yes. And I tell them, there's spaces that you go in, you know, you know how to close.
Yeah.
You know, you do
Right.
you do
Right.
what's
Right.
her
Right.
at that time or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But however, you still, that's the problem with a lot of people. You see
Yeah.
people think I'm crazy because I speak to everybody. I say, how you doing? You know,
Right.
good morning. And
Right.
people looking at me, but then I know that it's bringing something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I see you in Ubuntu.
Right.
I see the king in you. You see the queen in me.
Right.
That's what
Right.
we're missing in society.
Right.
Society has taught us to walk by somebody and look at.
Right.
I gave a compliment last night to a young lady. She did not know how to take it.
Right.
And her hair was beautiful because I want to do blue. I'm going to do blue one of these days, right?
Right.
But it was, and then God just gave me, he said, you got to keep doing your workshops. You got to just keep doing what you do. Keep doing that and be around people that's on fire and doing it.
Right.
Because I was like, that's what society has done to us. And the phone,
Yeah.
it
Right.
makes you isolated,
Right.
like you on an island by yourself.
Right.
You ain't by yourself.
Right. And then they got the nerve to call it social media.
Come, ooh.
Everybody's anti-social.
Can you say that again?
Place.
Man.
I mean, you know, they call it
Facts
social
speak
media,
on it.
but they call it, but people in the flesh is anti-social.
Mhm.
You know,
Or you
don't-
go out, everybody on their phone.
Yeah.
Can't enjoy
You
the
know.
moment.
Ain't on a date. I'm like, how you? I'm
Yeah.
watching people. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that your husband or your boyfriend? But y'all both are sitting on the phone.
Yeah.
How into it?
Into it.
But you know what? I've also shared with people. They don't understand that they are addicted.
Mm-hmm.
There's different
Right.
forms of way of being addicted.
Right.
You think it's just drugs? No.
Right.
Because you get the same yearnings, desires
Right.
as you are addicted when you are on anything.
Right.
And people are not connecting that together. But
You're
I'm looking
right.
at I'm like, ooh,
Right.
ooh. I understand that one, but it's like,
It's powerful.
it's powerful and it's taking control.
Right.
I get some good, like the Bible says, you get wiser and you get weaker.
Right.
However, but there is a way that you get wiser and you use it for your benefit,
Right.
not let it.
Back to the benefit. Too.
Yeah, come on,
I think, so I'm 26 years old.
Yeah.
I don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't have Instagram
And thank you.
because back to that like antisocialness.
Yes.
I feel like I was getting so caught up in the screen.
Let's go, sis.
And then you have surveillance from the state.
Oh, come on.
And we're doing the people.
Can you
and the people's
can you
work should
say
not be
that
televised,
again?
right?
Because people don't believe
They
it.
don't believe it.
They don't believe
until
you
it
can.
happens to them.
Right.
And one thing that I feel like I have benefited from that is literally what we're talking about. I get to, if you are here for somebody, call
Yes.
them up.
Yes.
Call them up, meet up with them.
Right.
Like really be in space with them and tap into that spiritual dimension with them.
Right.
Come
Because
on,
that
come
cell
on.
phone, I feel like it's such a big distraction.
It is.
It
You
is.
can't really feel people
Right.
anymore.
Right.
And
You know,
Like-
it's like nowadays you have relationships through a text.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
we go-
and I'm not like that. I'm old school. I'm
Yeah,
I need
like
a
calling
hug.
somebody.
Right.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Interact.
But
Like,
us
are you
as-
hungry? Are you
you know.
cold?
Right.
Let's go out and take
Right.
a little walk.
Human beings
Yeah.
need
Interact.
that touch
Yes.
and
You know.
interaction.
Exactly.
But society, and like you said, it's demagnetized. It is
Yes.
doing that deliberately.
And
You
ever
know.
since I haven't had Instagram, I have been so much stronger with my prayer and my purpose.
Okay, that's
Come
fine.
Because I'm
on.
not living behind a screen
That's right.
saying, oh, watch me do this, watch me do that.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, what is your brand? Like, what is your, like, you don't want people to know what you're doing? I'm like, okay, whoever is meant to be in my path, God is going to bring me those individuals
That's
to be
right.
in my path because
And that's what I pray
I'm
for.
God's
Right.
hands and feet.
Come
And
on
I'm
now.
doing his work for
Right.
the next young person's
Yes.
life to be changed and transformed. I'm not here for a clout. I'm not
That's
here for my face to be blasted in a screen.
Right.
I have been blessed. I
Yes.
had
Right.
opportunities,
Yes.
but I've never flexed on it.
That's right.
I
I've
respect
never been a flexer
I respect
because
it.
I've been so strong and like committed to my purpose of
Right.
like whoever I'm crossing paths with,
Yes.
it's not coming from me, it's my ancestors putting those
Come
individuals
on.
in my
Right.
path.
Come
That's
on.
beautiful.
And it's so hard to connect to that
Yes.
because of all the distractions.
Because
Right.
of all this. And you know, it's crazy. I'm thankful that you said that because I'm not invited in spaces. And I know that because I'm different.
Right.
And I don't get down with the get down like everybody else.
Right. Right.
And I'm not gonna talk about my father. Ooh,
Right.
backstabbers,
Right.
the OJs smile
Okay.
in your face and all the
Yeah.
time want to take your place.
Right.
Right. But I now it used to hurt. It's
Right.
like, man,
Of course.
come on, I'm trying to do this work.
Right.
Why are we
It
not
hurts 'cause you
collaborating?
care.
Yes.
Just 'cause
Exactly.
That's why it hurts.
Right.
Okay.
I'm such a collaborator too.
Right.
Like sometimes, like even I had a best friend that was my best friend for 13 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've helped her get to where she's at, and no, we're no longer friends.
Right.
Am I mad about that? Am I
Yeah.
sad? Do I feel like she's no? My job here is done.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
I have to focus on other things.
Right.
That's right.
That's how we have to shift the mentality and the
Right.
thinking with a positive attitude and
Definitely.
prayer.
Definitely.
Go
And I,
ahead.
and I also think like at first I used to be anti
Mm.
social media,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just so in the hand-to-hand combat
Yeah.
interaction. And then I realized as I I started evolving and problem solving, I use it as a tool.
Evolving. Now, do you rap too? Look.
I do.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And that's why, because I'm like, it's something you do. I'm saying to me, and I'm a
It's
poet
the balance.
too. So
It's the balance. Like you started with the balance. We gotta have a balance. I'm like, I see why you brought that. I see why you said that. Yeah, the balance is real.
So
Balance is real.
using it as a tool because now we, that's just like they say with these gadgets, things upgrade every month. You got an app
Literally.
on your phone, they telling you upgrade every few months, just the same.
To stay up,
Up,
there's
right.
there's more
And
money
so,
too.
like,
Don't give
You
me
know.
started. It's already give me all
Yeah.
2007. As long as
Right.
it's working, my phone calls. I don't even need it. What is the point?
That's crazy. I was in my sister's house, right? And I looked in the closet, and you remember the old fashioned the telephone cord, the long string.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring this out, and I know they. I'm like, Miss B, what is that? I'm like, see, you don't even have a clue.
Right.
And I was like, the way we and that's what before I got here, I was like, the way we used to communicate
Right.
was on a whole, but we got things done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
It wasn't a bunch
Right.
of like we
Right.
got.
It wasn't a distraction. So
Yeah.
I think that's what
And
you're
that's what
saying.
it
It's
is.
like a tool to get things done.
Done.
Yes.
And,
Right.
and transform that as like not a distraction
Right.
Yes.
of like what other
Right. Like for example, like we got so many abbreviations. I don't even think
Mhm.
that's
Come
how to
on.
spell anymore.
That
And they
part,
don't.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
part.
You
Say
know what I mean?
it.
right,
To where it's just like, you know, and I'm guilty myself
Mhm.
because sometimes I have to remind myself how to actually spell
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
we used to.
I tell
spell
my
something-
students all the time. I said, look, sometimes Miss Hobby can't pronounce or not to
Yeah.
pronounce to, and forget how to spell the word. I said I would ask them, an adult, or I
Yeah.
look in the book. I'll get on there and
Right.
I'll get a dictionary.
Right.
I'm not, and that's the part. I tell, don't be afraid. If you don't know, you don't
Right.
know. Or at the moment, you just couldn't think of it.
Right.
But it's okay. It
It's
doesn't
okay.
make you like you're dumb. It doesn't
Yeah.
make that.
Right.
And society has set us up as though,
Right.
oh, if you don't know this or if you
And
don't,
you're right. And I realize the old dog can't learn the trick. They lie.
come on, say
They
that again.
lied.
Oh, old dog can learn new
there
tricks.
you go.
You know, that's why we are living and walking testimonies. 'Cause
Yeah.
we renegotiated our contract with ourselves.
That
Mm.
ooh, say that again. Renegotiate our contract. Oh, wait a minute. Let me take a break.
I appreciate him saying that because as a young person working with other young people,
Mhm.
that's what we ask from
Yes.
our
Right.
folks who are a little bit older from
Yeah.
us. It's like, how can we be in space together
Right.
so we can? Because it's not a makeover, it's a takeover.
That's right. Together, it's a
Together.
takeover.
Together.
Yes.
I mean, that was the whole point of us, you know, having those griots or
Mhm.
OTs.
Exactly.
To be able to, you know,
exactly.
You know, pass that baton the right way
Yes.
to be the positive domino effect.
That's right.
exactly.
You know, so and once you realize that, you realize things are it's like sometimes you may not able to see, and I think the way just personally how God does things, sometimes you don't see the full vision.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
if you
mhm.
constantly do it, it's almost like,
right.
are you
right.
familiar with the Karate Kid?
Right.
So you know the Karate Kid, Daniel's son was so busy wanting to learn about
Mm.
the moves,
Mm.
but Mr. Miyagi
The
was
process.
telling, wax
It's
on
the
and wax off.
process.
Yes.
And as
People
he was,
forget the process. They
Right.
don't want that.
nah, and as he was wax on and wax off, he was learning the moves.
Come on. And he didn't know
He
it.
didn't
He
know
was
it.
learning
And he-
fundamentals.
Yes.
And that's so important. That it made me think about
Fundamentals.
something else too.
Mm.
It's like when we're working so hard at something or we just doing something, we forget that every part of it matters.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
That's, say that again.
Yeah, it's all like parts of the whole, right?
Right.
So every part of the journey matters.
Of
Yes.
course.
Sometimes we can't see it, but that's important. This is why community is important too. And you said this earlier,
Mhm.
building community. And I said we heal in community.
Right.
What social media has done is really taken value out of community.
Yes.
Right.
That's good.
And yeah, that's why
That is
Bridges
good.
Over Barriers exist.
Yeah.
Trying to bring community back. I
Right.
mean, just coming together, no phones. Just let's come dance. Take your
Right.
shoes off, put your feet
Come
on the ground.
on.
You guys said that let's barter. Let's
Right.
bring back bartering.
Right.
Let's bring back caring about one another. You know, let's
Right.
bring back what do people need and how can I fulfill that need
Right.
versus
Right.
your enemy and or working against you or
Right.
you're old, I'm younger. The Gen Z
Right.
It's
stuff,
that
the internet,
generation.
Gen X,
It-
like, what's
no,
this?
get
Generational
through.
stuff. We
Right.
learn
It's
from one another.
silly.
Yeah.
And that's why, like you said
Mhm,
earlier,
mhm.
to piggyback what you said, instead of trying to compete with each other,
Yeah.
let's complete each other.
And
Come-
that's back
You
to
know.
the trailblazing.
Right.
Why we're here today.
Come on.
Because
go.
if you're the gatekeeper,
Come on.
how are you going to continue the legacy that was
Right.
not started from you?
No, it was.
Right.
But
It
people
was
act like it.
years
People
ago from our
act like
ancestors.
Right.
Yeah.
People act like it's theirs. I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm just.
Exactly.
And yesterday, like before I went to this one event, I went to go visit my young people, and my
Yeah.
young people in JJC are like, "Why are you coming to see me on a Friday? You ain't got nothing better to do." I'm like, "I'm the better to do is
Like,
here.
y'all,
I need to
yeah.
be here."
Right.
Yes.
And I sat down with a young person. He pulled me to the side. We sat in the classroom, and
Mm.
exactly this is exactly what he said. A lot of
Yeah.
my older homies are incarcerated or dead.
Right.
Mm.
So for a young person to tell me that, it's my duty to
Right.
keep
Yes.
bringing people around
Right.
him
Yeah.
that he can feel like, okay,
Right.
you're my big brother now.
Yes.
You're gonna be the big homie, because that's his interpretation, and
Yeah.
it's telling us that they're looking and seeking for guidance.
Yes.
That's it. They're looking and seeking for guidance.
But they want to call them like they're nothing menaces. But got their
Literally.
children.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Those
And
are
that-
young adults.
And they
Children.
under a system that's built.
Come on,
the
design.
system is
Right.
working the way it's intended to.
That's
And
right.
So when we criminalize it, we demonize these kids for doing exactly what the system wants us to do.
Right.
We as a community have to be the voice for that.
Come
on, sis.
Where's the
Exactly.
resources at? I mean, I think it's unfortunate that in kid jail they get more healthcare services than they get free. It's
Right.
ridiculous to me. So I'm glad that you're there. And I just wanted to say this real quick.
No,
I
this
started
is the conversation. This is how it
yeah,
goes.
Yeah. So I started the TAPE program at Pierce, and I also
Mhm.
started the youth program at HHREC. And
Mhm.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I'm glad and mad, right? I'm glad
Yeah.
that you guys have that partnership there, but there's so much more that could be done.
So much
And
more.
if the youth are the future, and we
So
recognize
much
that
more.
they have all of these barriers and all of these roadblocks to being successful, I really think we need to be super creative with what we can do in community. Like,
Absolutely.
forget the government. The system
Right.
is working as it's intended to. How do we work?
Mhm.
How do we get our government funds, our nonprofits, or whatever? Okay, hey, we have 10 dentists. You have 10 sessions a year with a dentist, or whatever the case may be. But we really have to be very strategic around. It's a big elephant.
Yes.
We're not going to take the elephant down in one day, but we start at the
One
angle.
bite at a time.
Yep,
Right.
one bite at a time.
One
At
bite
the
at a
ankle.
time.
Bring it off
At
his
the
feet so
ankle.
it can't move.
Right.
That's right.
And so really being very intentional. We know what's going on. We all are very aware. We know who running the country right now. We
Yes.
know what's going on.
Right.
So we need to be as intentional in
Mhm.
creating and building our systems up, our defenses up,
Yes.
and working together.
That's true.
And our
Yes.
young people.
Our young
Yes.
people
And
are
our
the
young
main
people.
priority.
How do we
Yeah.
also pass the baton to the
To
young
them.
people?
Has to
Right.
be.
Because what I don't get, back to her comment, is why is mental health underfunded yet policing is like
Over.
overly?
Yeah.
I
The system
don't.
works
By
so-
design.
I don't
Right.
get that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they want
By
more people,
design.
They want
Also-
more people upset, sick. They want more
Right.
people unable to even tap into their purpose. They want more people on social media complaining about it, but not able to actually act against it.
That's
Right.
All of this is very intentional.
Right.
This is a big reason.
It is
why I
a
do the work
set
that I do.
up
Yeah,
for
because we have,
real.
Yeah,
Right.
we have to be aware. Once you
Right.
have the awareness, then you can do.
Yeah.
Once you know what's happening, once you know what's coming at you,
Right.
then you can prepare yourself to, address
And-
it, take it head on.
That's right.
Thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio. As y'all can see, we up in here. We on fire. We
We're throwing
doing what
jabs.
the theme said. I'm telling you, we're doing it. But it's exciting, and we want to thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month the Cafe La Blue Lounge, where you
That's
hear the
right.
artists talk. Why I Dream, She Who Believes Take Off the Mask. Every second Saturday, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. Every third Saturday of the month, it is Education is the Best Medicine with Mr. George Pearson. And then every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. Every fifth Saturday of the month, we have Voices That Care. This is where we talk about re-entry and mental wellness. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul will continue for over the 27 years we've been doing this thing, bringing to you what we need to have to make
Right.
these connections, to build these
Right.
relationships. And we ain't all about just us. It's about us together, working together. Just not, I'm talking about individually, us, that kind of thing, like what social media is trying to get us to do. We're not that. And when you were speaking earlier, I said, this is what our ancestors did. They brought community together,
Right.
and they're taking that away from us. They want us to fit in their system. And it's like, we don't work that way. We work in community. We work in circles. We work in the whole holistic of the wellness of the whole body, mind, soul, and spirit.
Right.
So, but we've taken on what somebody else been putting on putting their jackets
Right.
on.
Right.
It don't even fit.
Right.
We can't even work.
Right.
It's too heavy. We cannot do it.
Right.
And then we wonder why, like you were saying,
Yeah.
it's by design to make it as though community is not making these connections. No. We've always been community. All of our ancestors, community.
Right.
How we get away from that?
Right. I think as time went on,
Mm.
it's almost like you water down the product.
Mm.
So those, even when we go back with our ancestors,
That's good.
as they were sacrificing,
Mm.
to get out of those cotton fields, to get out of that impoverished
Yeah.
way of living, they said, well, we want you to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So the pros to that is you do get education, but the cons is you're going to be in debt.
That's
So we're gonna take away the trade from you. So when you have a cycle of things going on and on, that's after years. It's like you kind of playing catch up. So kind of what you're doing as you again, evolve, you start problem solving. So you go back and then you start unlearning the stuff that you learned.
come on, that's it right there.
And a lot of times you got to give not only yourself but your village space and grace.
Come on.
And a lot of times, in order to do that, you got to be able to, not only forgive yourself but forgive those
Come
who
on.
came before you.
Yeah,
Because
wake that up.
sometimes
Wake that up.
they didn't. They was unconscious.
Yeah.
They didn't know where they were
True.
going
Yeah.
through those traumatic experiences.
Mhm.
Can I
And-
say, and they was doing the best that they could at the
That's
time
true.
and didn't know what they didn't know.
That's
Right.
right.
Back to you.
That's right. So it's like,
Yeah.
it may be hard, but learning to give that space and grace, and that'll open up
Yeah.
space and grace in
In you.
your life.
Because you
Right.
can't punish people that don't know what they
Right.
don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and it will
I-
make
we
you
do.
more free.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, and I have a workshop that's called Thinking Out of the Box, and that's my soul work workshop that I do too. But I tell folks, I said, if these kids been living in this box, that's all they know. They have to unlearn. They have to
Right.
go outside. You have to
Right.
take them outside of the freaking box
Right.
in order for them to be able to
Right.
see themselves.
Right.
And this is a possibility for me.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, good, bad, ugly, or challenging. Your story counts. Don't let nobody take that away
Right.
from you.
Right.
You got to reclaim your
Come
story, or
on.
somebody's gonna tell your story
For
for you.
Right.
Right.
Say that again.
Right.
You got to reclaim your story, or somebody's gonna tell your story for you.
Right.
And we ain't having that.
Right.
I don't care. And that's why I own
You
mine.
had enough
Right.
of it.
Right.
You
Right.
had
And
enough
I
of it.
own mine. It's like I can tell you better than anybody else can tell you
Right.
what I did
And-
in the whole nine. So it's like, no, Miss Howard's done those things.
Right.
But look where Miss Howard is today.
Right.
So that's because God
Exactly.
gave me the grace and
The grace.
opportunity to be able to
Ugh.
do that.
Do it.
And my
There
ancestors said,
you go.
you
Right.
have been
Right.
calling, we have been called
Right.
for such a time as this.
Right.
They stepped in their purpose and their calling
Yeah.
at the time,
Right.
and it was all in alignment.
That's
And we're
right.
trailblazers right
That's
here
right.
doing the same doggone thing.
Right.
We're just bringing in and walking in purpose
Right.
in this time
Right.
because they did in their time, and they like passing. Now, what you gonna do?
Right.
Pass the baton.
Right.
Hey, you got to do something.
It
Right.
reminds me of seasons.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
Ooh.
seasons.
come on, let's go.
When it's
Seasons.
your season,
Come
when
on.
it's your season, you're gonna shine.
Come
Okay?
on.
Because the stars have aligned.
Mm.
Back to the alignment.
Right.
Every
Right.
day, it's like a build up to that.
Right. Right.
And I feel like sometimes we forget about that.
Yes,
And
we
get
do.
caught up in our mind.
Right.
So
Mm.
that's why wellness, positive thinking,
Come on.
prayer,
Yeah.
and you'll be surprised. A lot of young people have never stepped outside
Yeah.
that box.
No.
I was gonna say,
Like-
sometimes you can take them out the box and they want to go back to it.
Right.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
all they-
familiar.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
it's like,
Right.
oh, I'm scared of this.
Right.
I'm not used to this.
And so even to case in point, even with our elders,
Mm.
sometimes that's all
Mm.
they know.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so sometimes, you have to stand in and be that light.
Yeah.
I know some people say, hey, I got to be the bigger person in this rough, but it's the situation is bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm just a vessel sliding through,
Come on.
and you become that beacon of light that people see to where
Yeah.
you're turning that elder's light bulb on
Yes.
just by you modeling and being that
Come
example.
on. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Because, which is a lot of people who may pour it into you, and that's all they could do was pour into you, and they didn't know better with a third grade education.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in return, you returning that paying that forward and pouring into them if they're still alive.
That's
something
right.
That they may need to be advocated for
That's right.
in whatever capacity, whether it's going to be advocated for, Social Security, whatever it may be, small or
Yeah.
big, but you paying it forward. It's a love transaction.
Come on.
You know.
A love transaction.
Mm.
That's it right there. We lead with the love.
Yeah.
Then again, Mbutu.
Right.
Because I see the king and the queen in you and
Right.
vice versa.
Right.
So in Spanish it's called
In
la lish.
Lakesh.
In the
So
clash.
it's
Yes.
it's a mind saying,
Yes.
you are the other me, I'm
You
the
are-
other you. If
Yep.
you do harm to me, if I do harm to you, I do harm
Harm
to
to
myself.
myself.
I
Right.
love and respect you. I love and
Right.
respect myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Like my
Exactly.
mom said, if you steal from me, you steal from yourself.
Right.
Mm.
Yep.
Just those things that just like, like I always say, like like I tell my mom, it's like
Mm.
we'll have a joke. It's like, I'm not bad that you didn't plug me in on a welfare check. The greatest thing that if you got over on me or whatever, it's cool. I'm gonna get it back out here. But I told her that the greatest thing that you could have ever did for me was introduce me to God.
Yes.
That way, you didn't just gave me the
Right.
everlasting plug. So
That's right.
I can deal with the other things. It may be rough, and you're gonna have some trials and tribulations,
which we all are.
right. But I'm appreciative of that because that right there is helping me within. You know what I mean? To where I'm able, to be,
So glad you said that because everybody focuses off of the bad stuff, and there's some good somewhere. Something happened.
Right.
Good. So let's elevate
Yes.
the good things.
Yes.
And then that's bringing up another vibration.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if we don't and we keep it in the negative,
Right.
the negative it's the energy.
Right.
It's the energy, and that's what
Right.
you're going to attract.
Right.
Exactly.
So we got to
because sometimes we spend so much
the whole
problem
years
instead of the problem solver.
Yeah.
Or the answer to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes,
or stuck.
Yeah.
And not coming up with a solution. Okay, since we did that, we here now.
Right.
What's where we going? How we gonna move forward? How we gonna pave it forward?
Right.
And
I'm curious as we're moving forward and we're going against systems of oppression and systemic change.
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself in moments of like, damn, I feel like we're losing, or I feel like the system is going against me, and I don't see how do I manage?
That's good. Hope is the key.
Yeah.
To me, the reason why Miss Howard is sitting here today.
This work is hard.
I can imagine.
Yes, it is. And being in spaces, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of funding out there, and there's a lot of connections. But I'm pushed over here. It's like, okay, and it's like, and I'm like, I'm doing this for my community. Come on, y'all. What? And I said, but you know what? I ain't gonna talk about what you do. I know who you are.
Right.
However, if that's how you get down, then okay.
Right.
But excuse my French, it hurts because it's like I'm trying to get down, do this for the community. I'm not talking about me.
Right.
I'm not talking about lifting me. I'm talking about lifting our people, our community that's in freaking dire need.
Right.
And it's like crabs in the bucket. It's like, no, this is all, all mine, like a little kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine. It's like, no, it's ours.
And I think to answer your question, it's like, like I go back to the turtle winning the race. It just kept inching along. Like it didn't worry about what the rapper was doing. Sometimes it can be real rough when you're doing this work, or you got dreams and things that you want to accomplish, and you feel so far away from them. But it's the fact is, if you just keep inching along, even through not feeling like, because sometimes your feelings, they can lie to you. Although I don't feel like going to work, logically I need to go to work. That gives me some bread, but just constantly moving, and you may not be moving as fast as
everybody else, right?
But yet you're moving towards the goal. And if you're doing that in the midst of you not feeling it, you're still winning, because those and that's why it's a must to add those small wins, because those small wins will lead to big wins.
Yes,
because you're mature enough to understand the bigger picture.
And you know what holds me down too is that what I hold on to is God has a purpose for me.
Right.
No man, no system, no world, none of that's going to stop me from doing what he wants me to do.
That's right.
That's what keeps me going. My faith, and knowing that no matter what, he did not snatch me out of darkness just to have me not do the work he wants me to do.
True.
And that's what keeps me going. That's how I keep getting energized. I'm like, God, oh Lord Jesus, now wait a minute now.
Right.
But I go back and I land back. Okay, you got a purpose for me.
Right.
And you telling me that can't nobody stop it.
Right.
I'm good because you the king over everything.
Right.
So can't nobody stop nothing you want me to do. And that's what keeps me going.
Right. You know.
Yeah, I think similar to what they were saying, but it made me think about, well, yeah, like what she was saying. I always think about like there is nothing new under the sun,
That's
Right.
what
and
it says.
so because history repeats itself,
Mhm.
the good
It
guys
sure does.
always win.
Right.
And I just feel like it's gonna, things are gonna get difficult, but it's those building blocks, right?
Right.
You look back at the journey, you say, okay, this was, I went A to go to B to go to
Right.
C to get
Right.
to the target.
Right.
But again, also like what Barbara was saying, God wouldn't put it on you if you couldn't bear it.
Yeah.
Right.
If it wasn't a purpose for your life,
Right.
it wouldn't be something that was constantly keeping you up, something that was on your heart to do.
Right.
But the ancestors got us too, though,
Yeah.
And I
Right.
also think about
Right.
my other thing that I was gonna say was like community. Like it really gets that tough. I think for me or for us as a people, we have to look at what other people have done in business.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I
Right.
think about like the anti-Asian hate bill, they got that like that. So how do we
Right.
get some
Right.
allies? And how
Right.
do we
And
work
right.
across communities to be able to get?
There we go, right there. Working across
Right.
communities.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you're not doing the fight on
No.
your own.
On your
Exactly.
own.
No.
That-
Right.
even they may feel like that.
And
Right.
you got the
Right.
recipe, and you
Exactly.
don't mind sharing the recipe with
That
me.
Exactly.
And that's the
Yeah.
part where people are like, I'm not gonna give you my
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah.
That do be the problem.
And that's the
Yeah.
problem right there.
And learning how to move around that too. Just
Yeah.
keeping the goal now.
Yeah.
God wouldn't put it on me if I couldn't
Exactly.
bear it,
Right.
and nothing new was under the
So-
sun. So this is just a roadblock. I mean, I
Right.
gotta work
Yeah.
a little harder. I mean, I need to
Right.
go around this person.
Or ask community,
Right.
ask us.
Exactly.
We need to be
And-
our
and-
resources.
There's 7 days, so 7 ways.
Right.
Come
Exactly.
on.
So there's 7
And
ways.
we realize that it's bigger than us.
Yes, yes.
And the fact that I can't do this on my own.
Exactly.
Like, these alley-oops come through, these blessings come through.
Come
this
on.
thing, this is
It's for us.
Right.
Yes.
It's bigger. It's bigger than me. And so all I can do is just be in gratitude for
Mm.
that.
Right, right.
And that keeps that door open.
Yeah.
Because, like you saying, like, they may be hating, but we continue to keep congratulating.
That's right.
Elevate.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and
Come
elevate.
on. Come on.
Celebrate.
Ah,
Celebrate.
yeah. Say that. You said elevate, celebrate, and
Celebrating.
And
I said elevate.
Elevate.
You said I don't know what you said.
I said, congratulating.
Celebrating.
I
You
said
said-
elevate. And you
and
said
you said
celebrate.
celebrate.
yes.
Celebrating. There you
So
go.
that's our recipe.
See, and
We just
in
came up with
unison.
our own recipe.
Right,
Mhm.
and we in unison in real
And
time.
we- Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? It's the unseen.
Yes. And you
You
know, that just reminded me about our ancestors. They
Right.
felt that way
And
too.
it's this
Right.
time to honor our ancestors.
And they
Right.
felt what we're talking about right now.
Right.
And listen, you know what? I did for our PD meetings, I do the opening and the grounding. And I just did one that's called the Whisper of the Ancestors. And I did that process for them. And I was in our moments
Mhm.
of doubt,
Mhm.
just sit and listen and let them whisper to you, and they'll give you the medicine that you need.
So,
And
Mhm.
that's what I did. And there was some other stuff. I mean, what I
Right.
actually do.
right.
But however,
That's the rule right
that's the rule. Come on now. You know, in that gumbo, you need the
Come on.
rule. Without the rule, you ain't getting no
That's
gumbo.
right.
The only thing I would add to that is even like the access
Mm.
to water. It
Yes.
becomes such a luxury,
there. Right.
and really, it's like,
No, right.
and access to like we're
Come
70%
on.
water.
Yes.
And with something that I do that gives me hope, faith, feel celebrated, feel
Yes.
seen and recognized. It's literally just going to the water,
The water.
Yeah.
And it's free.
writing a note,
No, right.
and
That's
literally
heavy.
like that's my sacrifice.
Yes.
Is like my tears, my frustration,
Right.
the struggle, and just give it to the water.
Yes.
Right.
And just
Right.
let your ancestors take
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're not-
Right.
This is nothing new
Ooh,
to
I just got
us
some
as
Right.
land-based people.
Right.
We're
Right.
just reclaiming that
Yeah.
because
Right.
the system has made us
Right.
feel that healing, we've been a heal has
Right.
to do with having to spend a bag.
That's
Right.
But
Right.
when I spend a bag, why do I still feel
That
Right.
way.
Yeah.
And you been in debt. Like he
And
said.
I'm you in
You
debt.
then you in
Right.
debt.
So
Yeah.
go back to the water.
Right.
Go
Touch
back to the
water.
ground. Like you said,
Right.
take your
Go back-
shoes off.
Right.
Because it's a
Right.
whole different level
Right.
when you're in nature.
Right.
It starts
Exactly.
speaking to you, talking to you, and
Right.
just before you know it, you be feeling good and
Right.
energized
Right.
because it's there to bring that to
Right.
us, and it doesn't cost us anything.
Right.
They want us to like just think everything else going, but God said, "I done gave y'all,
Yeah.
y'all the stuff right here,
Yeah.
and y'all,
Exactly.
and that's what the
Yeah.
ancestors did. They took it
Yeah.
to the what?
Right.
Like we
To
just
the
telling
woods.
y'all to go to the woods, take it to the woods. Oh my God, time flies, and we have like 10 minutes left. However, it is good, an excellent conversation. You have tapped into the Eyes of the Conscious Soul on with Sister B Mello on Believe Radio. That happens every first, second, third, fourth, and Saturday of the month. Please tap in from 2 to 3 p.m. We are in here giving you the medicine that you need, our community. It's all about us. It's about us being able to bring, coming together to bring our medicine with each other and making sure that we feed our community. So this is how we're in here getting fed. Well, we're on fire up in here. They will be back in here again. But I do want to ask you all, what, in closing, what is it that you do? And you just shared about the water for your mental wellness. What do you do? Community, we're asking you to put them phones down a little bit. You know, even if you start with 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then build up. And you'll see how much better you'll feel. And you'll see how much better you'll be in tune to your purpose. And you'll see how much better us as human beings need each other. Yeah. We need that touch. We need that love. We need that conversation. We need that. So being able to do that, we're asking you to community. This is what it's about today. All the time that we're on here is just to ask you to take accountability for yourself, to love on you, to love on family, to know that community is important and that each individual is important because everybody has a purpose in this world. And we are supposed to be a part of trying to help that nourish. And I thought about the harvest. And we were saying that's the process, the seeds, planting those little seeds, and the harvest don't come sometimes till, you know, as what is that?
So the next generation.
Okay, say that again. So we just keep planting these seeds and knowing that what the work that we're doing is just adding, it's not in vain. We're just planting. So as we want to continue to move forward, because I don't know, we got all kinds of stuff that we about to do together. I done came my brain has been like, oh yes. But just share your parting words or and then give your how people can connect with you, the organization or whatever's coming up next, and whatever you want to share. And anybody can start.
Okay, so I'm Champ Green on Instagram, Champ Green on Facebook. So October 7th, we at the Roots, my group, Maze, we performing at the pregame show.
Oh, so, all right. Roots. Yeah.
So you can catch us there. And also October 10th, the day of prayer at Preservation Park. So free food, free resources, and
I was saying 12 to 4.
Oh, 12 to 4. Yeah, 12 to 4.
October. That's how we piggybacking off each other. We tag teaming around
12
here.
12 to 4, October 10th. So come to the day of prayer, October 7th. We have the Roots.
Okay.
And, we love y'all.
Yeah. Courage, if you want to follow Courage on the website, www.curyj.org. If you would like to learn a little bit more about what we do. And if you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you can find us at Communities United for Restorative Justice for Facebook. And then Instagram would be CURYJ510. There's other things as well that I also do personally on my personal time. So if you would like to get in tune with me or collaborate with me in any other different spaces or capacity, you can follow me on Facebook at Xochitl, that's XOCHTIL, Saucy, SAUCIE, space Larios, LARIOS. Everyone stay blessed. You're beautiful. You're amazing. And exactly where you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise.
All right, beautiful people. Bree Williams. You can follow me at Bridges Over Barriers on Instagram. I'll be posting all the events I have coming up for Peers as well. Peers has an Instagram. It's called Peers.org, PERSORG. And it'll have the Day of Prayer, Uplifting Hope and Faith information there. You can register. You can also just look on Eventbrite to register for the event, but you can also just walk in. We'll have plenty of food, resources, tons of good stuff for y'all. But stay tapped in either way with Peers or mainly Bridges Over Barriers. where we do holistic health information, education, and transformation for Black women and girls. It's all people are welcome, but it's mainly for Black women and girls, and just healing community, parting words. Stay Black, stay proud, stay tapped in, focusing on holistic health. As my soul sister, my saucy soul
That's
sister.
right.
You know, we are all divine, perfectly made. And so just remember that, you know, we're blessed and highly favored, and you have a purpose.
Highly favored, exactly.
Yeah, we all have a purpose, even if it's just to just get up and take a walk.
That's
say
right.
hello to somebody and enjoy the sunshine.
That's right.
Look at a flower, you know,
Come
pet a dog.
on. Yes.
Whatever your purpose is, whatever you desire to do.
Mm.
So we all have a meaning and a purpose here,
That's right.
and I just
much love to everybody.
Yeah.
And your life is
Yes.
sacred. You are sacred.
Say that
You are a
again.
blessing.
Your life is sacred.
Yeah.
That is it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
And thank you, Miss Barbara.
Oh, you welcome.
Exactly.
Beautiful soul, spirit. We
Oh.
appreciate all the work that you are doing. We are
Thank
reflections of you.
Mhm.
So honored, grateful to know you, be in community, and
Thank
just
you.
much love. God bless you. Continue to do what you're doing, and we hope to just do more work with you. And thank you
Thank
for the
you.
space. Thank you for all the beautiful things that you are doing now and have done leading up
Right.
to this moment. You are a huge staple in the community and
Right.
beyond, and we just appreciate you.
And always finding time.
Right.
I
Mm.
think something I've always found really like amazing of you is like, how do you do it all?
Yes.
And you always find time. I really appreciate you also showing up for the young people at JJC for Juneteenth last year. Was it this year or last
This
year?
year and last
This
year.
year and last year,
Yeah.
Miss Barbara pulled up and
Yeah.
literally built some real truth to the young people
Yeah.
and just kept it a buck.
Right.
Yeah.
Kept it a buck. Let's
Mm.
stop lying to our young people and let's keep it a buck.
That's right.
And that's it. And because of you is how I was there. So you know, and that's
Collaboration.
relationship.
And
Collaboration.
That's why I'm here.
Collaboration,
Thank you
exactly.
too, bringing me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I'm grateful. Boy, I'm telling you, woo, they ain't seen. We on fire. So
Trailblazer.
thank
Only
you
up
guys.
from here.
Hey, it's only up from here. It's only
That's
up from here. And you guys, I do this work and I tell people all the time, my platform is your platform. God did not give me this platform for myself. It's for you all. So if you have anything you want to say or whatever this be, we got to tap in. We got to do whatever. Because like I said, and I tell people all the time, I don't work for me no more. I work for my community. I work for my family. I work for you all. I know my responsibility, and it's passing the torch. And that's why I tell people all the time with Juneteenth, God gave me the vision. However, it's not mine. It's everybody, whoever wants to be involved. Everybody. It's not mine. And I'm like, I'm getting older. But thank you, Lord, for being here. But it's about passing, you know. So I'm just trying to do my part while I am here.
You doing it. You're not trying. You doing it.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
doing your thing.
Thank you. And I love y'all. I thank y'all so much for y'all don't even understand. But thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational music and gospel station, amongst other things. And we just want to thank our sponsors for today, Barbara Howard Consulting, BH Brilliant Minds Project, Inc., and Education is the Best Medicine. Thank you all. Again, please love on somebody. Extend a hand, a prayer, extend a hello, a love, a laugh, a smile to community, because we need it. We are in desperate times, and in the Bible says it's going to get worse before it gets better. But however we do our part, that's all that matters. Love y'all. Have a good night, and thank you once again. Okay, so let me put this on. Put my glasses on. My glasses on.